Welcome to tonight's program. Tonight we're celebrating innovation and we are presenting the 2012 Imagine Awards. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this evening, what we're going to do, and then as soon as we can, we start with the first course. So in a few minutes we'll eat, but after that I'll come back and I refresh your memory a little bit about what the Imagine competition is all about. And we'll update you on previous winners and how they are faring. And then the three finalists of the Imagine 2012 Awards will present their ideas to you, and you're going to have an opportunity to vote. Now, important question. Did all of you bring an iPad? No. What was the instruction at the beginning of the event? Okay. So we plan for broke, which we always do as ARCADIS, so we're making sure that we have backup plans. So we'll have voting cards handed out to all of you when the three ideas have been presented. So during the main course, you'll get the voting cards. You'll get an opportunity to share your thoughts and ideas, discuss them, express your likings to each other. Then you make a personal vote. What you think is the best idea. And then after dessert, I'm going to ask Neil MacArthur and Janet Peters of the Lovinglaan Foundation. And as you all know, Lovinglaan Foundation is sponsoring the Imagine Awards. And let me tell you, I told it to her personally earlier, but Janet, you look brilliant tonight. As always, of course, as always. And then they are going to announce the Imagine 2012 winners. So with that, enjoy your meal, and I'll talk to you later. Just a couple of things on innovation and why it's important. As presented by Neil this morning, we collectively recognize in the group that judged where we are as a company that innovation is one of the strong points of our firm, so we can be proud. But like the other areas we looked at, also in that area, there is some room for improvement. Innovation has provided ARCADIS with many successes, and it has allowed the company to grow organically throughout the past couple of years. If I'm too close to the edge, John, you'll warn me, right? Health and safety. And as Neil also said earlier, organic growth is important to ARCADIS because it's the most profitable way to grow. So if we can use innovation to create organic growth, we create value for our shareholders, and as many of you, in the meantime, are shareholders, some more than others, but many of you are shareholders, this is also good for your own pocketbook. And it's important for our future success. So it provides us with a competitive edge. So what have we done at ARCADIS to stimulate innovation beyond the knowledge exchange that we have, beyond the entrepreneurship that we have in the firm, beyond the TKIs, beyond the way we look at our business on an innovative way for our clients? To stimulate innovation, we've introduced the Imagine contest. And with this contest, we strive to encourage individuals and teams to develop and implement ideas that make a positive change in our company. Every year, we challenge all Arcadians to submit plans, ideas, designs, inventions, with the goal to stimulate creativity, to enhance company pride, to drive innovation, and to highlight our positions at the cutting edge of technology, sustainability, and creativity. So where does that leave us? Before we start presenting the three top entries of the year, we give you a short update on some of our previous winners. There's not a lot to report yet on last year's winners. They got the funding from the Lovinglaan Foundation. Thank you again, Janet. And they're working out their ideas in more detail. But just to talk a little bit about the 2010 winners, we had the VIDA team from Kevin Frank, Brian Finnegan, and Alexei Karavokurikis from RTKL, and I know I said the last name wrong. In 2010, they proposed a mechanism for providing renewable energy in urban areas, and you'll see the pictures come by, with many high-rise buildings. Some months after winning the contest, RTKL formed a strategic partnership with Berkeley University of California to accommodate the research and analysis process. They tested the concept in wind tunnels. They built a scale model that you see here of the test site, 16 city blocks of downtown Chicago. They also conducted a variety of tests to analyze the Venturi effect in urban locations with encouraging preliminary results. In cooperation with Berkeley Energy and Resources Collaborative, an 8-week market analysis study which looked at market viability, regulatory requirements, and bureaucratic and political issues involved with implementing VIDA in countries around the globe was made. And the conclusion was that although challenging, implementation of such a radically innovative system is possible with the right strategy. And their report included a roadmap for implementation in cities like Chicago, Hyderabad, and Tokyo. VIDA has also received special recognition from several sources. It was named a top up-and-comer in the Chicago Innovation Awards, and it is also currently being submitted for the American Institute of Architects Sustainability Leadership Award. So that's VIDA. And then there is the... Thank you. Lance, they're doing well. And then there is the inert polymer, the second in the 2010 Imagine Awards. The presenter of this project, Fred Payne, also continues to make progress. He came up with a new remediation technology with large potential revenue for the company. And Fred reported back to us that the bench scale sorption trials, which is why I need the text to go through it, were completed using the pesticide lindane, and results were excellent, much faster sorption than expected. Patent work is nearing completion on the original form of the invention, with final interchange between ARCADIS and the US Patent and Trademark Office now underway. Research on the next mode of the invention is starting, with collaboration likely between ARCADIS, General Electric, and Colorado State University. In this phase, we will develop the reactive core potential, which is applicable to contaminated sediments as well as industrial wastewater. Inert polymer team members met with General Electric in April to outline the basis for collaboration, and follow-up discussions will be held this week. General Electric may be able to provide support from its corporate research polymer scientists. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue with the Imagine 2012 and back to the entries that made into this year's contest. Okay, so tonight it is everybody present here who will decide who will be the definitive winner, and of course the number 2 and 3, of the 2012 Imagine Awards. But before we go there, I'd like to give you a couple of statistics. It all started very promising. We had a total of 120 people, or teams, that did the pre-registration. But then, unfortunately, due to time pressure, and it may have been a little bit of an issue with billability, the total number of entries that made it to the final competition dwindled down to 75. Nevertheless, that's still a good number, and it's close to the number that we had in previous years. Actually, a little more, but close. Thank you, Carla. So the professional, yeah, I stand corrected. The professional jury ended up judging 20 proposals from the UK, of which an impressive number came from E.C. Harris. So kudos to the people at E.C. Harris for bringing up their ideas. 17 from the Netherlands, 13 from the United States, 10 from Brazil, 5 from Germany, 3 from France, 2 from Belgium, 2 from Hong Kong, 1 from China, 1 from Peru, and 1 from the United Arab Emirates. Some companies or countries did not enter at all, and just for the record, the CEOs of those countries, we'd like you to encourage your people to contribute to the Imagine competition in future years. Yes, and we continue to think about billability too. Before announcing the 3 finalists of the Imagine 2012 awards, I'd also like to mention the idea that was submitted by Michael Sun and Myung-Soo Soo, who are both of RTKL. They proposed to renew traditional power plants with alternative energy resources by building solar energy systems upon cooling towers of nuclear power plants, and the jury awarded their idea titled Adaptive Helios Tower with an honorable mention. They thought the jury thought that the idea really explores imagination, it's sustainable, and answering an actual problem.